I got caught snoozing. Here's a little story for you guys. Don't be the small JPEGs guy. First tip is to create an enjoyable environment. What I mean by that is to be pleasant and polite. I think nobody wants to work around a grumpy photographer. And I know we all have bad days and whatnot, but remember, you're there to be effective, get your job done, and also hopefully be positive to whoever you're working with. And don't forget to keep the conversation light, okay? So I know sometimes, like for me, I got nervous. Again, my early years were a little bit quieter on the side of photography. Why? Because obviously I didn't know how to formulate a good conversation, how to hold one, let alone fill in those like awkward gaps and pauses in between convos. So if you need something to read, I got something good for you. It's this book called How to Talk to Anyone. It's 92 little tricks for big success in relationships. Lastly, remember, this is a team effort. So everything that you do, work together to accomplish your ideas and bring them to life. If you're not sure of something, work through it together. Tip number 2 is to prepare for anything. I got caught snoozing, okay? Here's a little story for you guys. I went out to second shoot a wedding for a friend of mine. This friend of mine is a very successful wedding photographer, and I came, and as I began to second shoot, a lot of things happened. Got through the morning successfully. All the park photos were taken. Ceremony was beautiful. And then I went over to start shooting the photos in the reception hall, and just for some weird reason, I decided to check my settings, and I realized I was shooting everything in small JPEG. That whole day, I shot in small JPEG. Don't be that guy. Even though I gave my camera to a buddy of mine the day before, there was no excuse to not go through and recheck everything. So don't get caught snoozing. Don't be the small JPEGs guy. Remember, you want to be adaptable. Things will inevitably change, and they will always, almost always, not go according to plan, and that's okay. This is one of these golden tips, golden nuggets of wisdom. Plan your outfits. Get into a habit of working with your model to plan your outfits. Until you get the luxury of working with a stylist and actually having like your own system there, which is, by the way, an amazing thing, especially when you start working with campaigns and bigger brands. That's awesome. But your outfits plus your location should equal a theme or a recipe for success. Have fun with it, but make sure that you actually do that. And a pro tip for that tip is to iron the clothes, okay? So before your model comes and you start clicking away, please make sure that your clothes are ironed, because if you're shooting with something that's super wrinkled and fugly and you just spent the whole day planning something and now you can't execute properly because you butchered it because of this one thing, I'm clearly speaking from experience. Please don't make this mistake and save yourselves some trouble. Third tip is to stay inspired. For me, that means to study my inspirations, whoever they may be, whatever it may be at this current season. I like to dissect, dive in, and understand why I like what I like. When you're looking at different photographers or different inspirations, analyze, why are those outfits the way that they are? Why did they pick the themes and the backgrounds and the locations? What's compelling about the imagery and what draws you into it? And also, learn to trust your creative voice. It's your gut. It's that compass that's inside of you. Learn to trust it. Get better at listening to it, because you're gonna understand what you like, what you don't like, and you're gonna get better at bringing that to life. So stay inspired, stay motivated, keep these wheels turning up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you guys have any questions for us, make sure to drop them in the comments below. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.